Bilingual people have better attention control. New research shows that people who speak two languages can cognitively ignore distractions and irrelevant information, and shift their attention from one thing to another, compared to people who speak one language. In a study published in the journal Bilingualism, Language and Cognition, researchers analyzed differences in attention control and the ability to ignore irrelevant information between native-only speakers and bilinguals. The analyses show that at the cognitive level, bilingual people were better at marginalizing information that is not important at a given moment. They also found it easier to ignore distractions and shift their attention from one thing to another. Our results showed that bilinguals appear to be more effective at ignoring information that is irrelevant, rather than suppressing or withholding it, said Grace de Muris of the University of Florida. One explanation is that bilingual people constantly switch between two languages and need to distract themselves from the language they are not using, she added. For example, if an English-Spanish speaker is conversing in Spanish, both languages are active, but the English language is on hold, but always ready to be deployed when needed. Numerous studies have examined the differences between the two groups in terms of cognitive mechanisms, i.e. mental processes used by our brain, such as memory, attention, problem-solving and decision-making. The impact of speaking two languages on human cognitive control is often discussed. There is information in the literature that these differences are not so clear, but this may be due to the tasks that linguists perform to study the differences between bilinguals and monolinguals, admitted de Muris. De Muris and Professor Edith Kahn, also from the University of Florida, decided to see if differences between the two groups would come to light in tasks that had not previously been used in psycholinguistics. All this to measure the participants' ability to cope with incoming information and control attention. The two groups of subjects included monolinguals and bilinguals. Monolingual people were defined as people who have had 2 years or less of experience with a foreign language and use only the first language learned in childhood. Bilinguals were classified as having learned both their first and second languages between the ages of 9 and 12 and continuing to speak both languages. We found that bilingual people seem to be better at ignoring information that is irrelevant, Kahn said. The researcher explained that the cognitive characteristics of a specific person constantly adapt to external factors. And as humans we have very few characteristics that remain unchanged throughout life. Our cognitive system constantly adapts to situations, so in this case it adapts to being bilingual. That doesn't mean it doesn't change. So if you stop using a second language, your cognitive function may change as well, Kahn emphasized. Research shows the need to build greater consistency between the various experiments used to understand the differences between people who speak one language and those who speak more than one. By studying bilingualism and cognition, we are redefining the way we talk about the differences between bilinguals and monolinguals by looking for more factors to consider and more ways to conduct such research, de Muris said. The researchers stressed that their study was not intended to show that people who speak 2 or more languages have an advantage over those who speak one. We're not looking for advantages or disadvantages, de Muris said. However, regardless of cognitive differences, learning a second language will always be something that can provide benefits. Whether those benefits are cognitive, social or environmental. Contact with a second language will never be negative, she added.